I am NetMoverSitan. Welcome to the second additional Taints guide video. This will mostly cover a single taint, along with some corrections for taints that I've already covered. Yeah, I get things wrong sometimes. I mean, that by itself isn't a criminal act, is it? Right. Is your religion so pitiful that a muscular black man with a mohawk from the 1980s mocks you? Then this is the taint for you. It's superstitious. So you better not have any black cats nearby, so... Well, let's go over it. As that's the point of this video, isn't it? This works in a similar way to the other collection taints. Although in this case, it's dependent on adder fuel. The more that you have, the bigger the boost. So collect those rabbit's feet and four-leaf clovers, and hope it improves things for you. But I guarantee you, you won't win big at gambling because of it. Oh, and before I move on to the drawbacks, the black steel injury gained from black steel items. It overrides the injury debuff from the hypochondriac taints, although not any injury that you already have. As for abusive, it provides a temporary buff, but each use gives a cumulative reduction of synergy by 5. So, I'd think twice before going Tony Montana on Soul Dust. As, well, let's just say it's a bit like snorting cocaine. Damaging in the long term. Yeah, I think that's about as much. It covers it, yeah. Be warned, if you need to transmute in order to cook meat, among other things, it will reduce the boost that you gain from adder fuel, and it will give you a cursed debuff. By 20 for 5 minutes. Quite fitting for those who have read the lore. With the second Taints room, Acquisitive goes with this quite well as it involves collecting things. Conniving is also a good one as it increases the chance of opening potential sources of adder fuel. Fierce is good for the direct combat person, especially if injury follows you like failure to a Souls game player. I speak from personal experience. Unquenching? Bah! Steer clear of this one. I mean, do I have to spell it out? I've covered this quite a few times. Well, except the first one. The third Taints room. Greedy is a good match for this one as it involves collecting valuables. Abusive, it can be useful for a well-timed buff, but beware the synergy reduction each time it's used, as otherwise stated. Vengeful, only those skills at parrying need get this one. Obsession, a bit of a wild card, but this should be fine as long as you manage your items quite well. Yeah. Not much to avoid in this one. It depends on what kind of player you are. Right. What's next? Oh yes, of course. The fourth Taints room. Bloodthirsty. That's for those who want a little berserker in their style. Thievish, useful as it might lead to more adder variables or item types. Fanatical, the buff is useful as is the boost for destroying the impure, but it might destroy adder fuel, so be careful with that. Paranoid, only if you're a stealthy character, as the only way to get rid of the debuff for that taint is killing a lost soul. And they are not in infinite supply. Or indeed, it's in finite supply. The final taint room, Cannibalism, can provide food, buffs, and a couple of additional item types. Just be careful what you use. Sadistic, the buff from torturing animals. Yeah, it's readily let's just move on. It's there for when it's needed. Soulless, it has a huge cost, but the armor that you gain from it gives a huge synergy boost. Playing God, since transmutation gives a debuff, that one's best avoided. In fact, so is Soulless, if you don't want to take chances, as that involves transmutation once as well. Although the huge synergy boost will probably cancel most of that out until it wears off. Yeah. Still haven't got over the final Taints room. Nothing about that doesn't feel we've discussed. A little warning for those who want a Hoarder type character. Those who want a combination of this taint, acquisitive and greedy. Items have weight, unless you equip them. That weight will decrease agility and slow you down, which will make at least one of the boss battles more difficult, so be careful of how much you pick up. And get some agility increasing boots if you can. Those will increase the amount you can carry, along with make you a little faster. And when it comes to at least one boss, in fact any boss, speed can be useful. Speed allows you to avoid getting hit. That's it for this taint. I'll do another video for the next one, when it's released. Until next time. Hail the rabbits!